Hello everyone, my name is Krypton Productions and today is a very special video as I will be talking about two of the major pieces of software that have helped advance the TV and film industry over the coming years. First of all, I want to talk about one of the most important pieces of software that is used, if not in all films of the modern era, and that is CGI. CGI stands for Computer Generated Imagery, and it is a piece of technology that was invented to create computer-generated images that the audience will be able to see in a TV or film production. CGI is only used when there is action that is in the film production that is not humanly possible to be made in the filming process, so it needs to be edited in the final production by a team of visual effects artists put together around the footage, that is the live action footage, to create live-like graphics that are featured in the production. A great example of CGI is in the film Godzilla, as the character of Godzilla is completely CGI. As you can see in this clip, the character of Godzilla had to go through the animation process first before being made visually appealing to the viewer and made look more realistic before it is edited into the live scene using keyframing, which for the film such as Godzilla, having the main character as Godzilla, it'd take up a lot of time to do each movement of the monster to keyframe into each scene. There are many pros and cons of using CGI. The good thing is it is cheaper, as you don't have to use 3D printing. It's also a safer option. Say, for example, if there was a building that was on fire and you had to recreate it, it'd be safer to have it CGI'd rather than actually burning a fire. So it's not exactly dangerous. There's no hazards in it and it is safer for the crew. However, there are a lot of cons to using CGI, as it's very expensive to use if you're having it in one film. The reason that it costs a lot more than most pieces of technology is because you have to pay each person and each visual effect artist that are in charge, and if you've got a massive production film such as Godzilla having the main character, you'd have to have a lot of people on the set and trying to, behind the scenes, actually recreate the character of Godzilla. The development of this technology is pretty straightforward. The first two films that were heavily invested in CGI was Tron, which was made in 1982. And then there was The Last Starfighter, made in 1984. The second piece of software that I want to talk about, which was linked to CGI quite closely, and that is motion capture. Motion capture is where an actor or moving objects are recorded to allow developers and editors to turn the production into characters that are lifelike and that aren't human. This means that all the motion that the actors do come across in the animation, from the steps to the mouth movement, and it's all captured from themselves as a 3D model and then transferred into animation and live action characters. The good things about motion capture is that it is faster than traditional animation, as it's very keyframe based, because you get to see all the complex movement, the realistic interaction, and it's easier to capture. The downsides of it, though, is the software and the personnel required to make all the motion capture is very, very expensive. The way that it's transformed the TV industry today is that it allows characters such as Caesar from Planet of the Apes. It allows those sorts of characters to be portrayed on screen very lifelike, and it also allows us as the viewer to see more characters that we wouldn't usually see in other films, such as animals moving around, and it makes it look very, very realistic.